Bamboo is the fastest growing wood on Earth. Today, we follow its journey from forest floor to luxury flooring.
Before any cut, a technician checks each culm. Age and wall thickness decide if it is ready.
Harvest-ready stalks receive a bright paint mark. This small signal starts a long industrial transformation.
A worker inspects the chainsaw chain at the forest edge. Sharp tools make clean, safe cuts.
The chainsaw engine starts and settles into rhythm. Sound signals the beginning of the harvest.
The first marked culm falls cleanly to the ground. Harvesters take only mature bamboo.
A second culm follows the first. Each stalk is chosen to protect the forest's future growth.
Workers cross-cut the long culms into manageable lengths. Size matters for every machine downstream.
Side branches are stripped away with machetes. Clean culms are easier to wash and process.
Nylon straps pull the culms into tight bundles. Forest raw material becomes a transport load. A forklift lifts the bundles and sets them on the truck. Manual labor meets machine power.
Chains and tensioners lock the load in place. Now the bamboo leaves the forest.
The truck rolls along rural roads. Bamboo travels from mountain forest toward industrial valley. At the factory gate, the truck stops on a weighbridge. Weight records trace every batch. The young Hispanic female driver backs carefully toward the receiving dock. Precision starts before unloading begins. A forklift lifts the first bundle off the truck. Raw bamboo enters the factory yard. Bundles are placed in neat receiving lanes. Order here prevents chaos later.
The load is weighed again and log it. Numbers connect forest origin to factory floor.
An inspector checks diameter, straightness, and cracks. Only quality culms move forward. Batch origin and harvest date are recorded. Traceability matters in modern manufacturing. Defective or immature culms are set aside. Rejected material returns to useful recycling streams. Accepted culms travel by forklift to the washing station. Cleaning comes before any cutting. Workers load culms into a long washing trough. Water will remove soil and forest debris. High-pressure jets blast dirt from every surface. Clean bamboo means clean final flooring. Workers scrub stubborn spots with long brushes. Some dirt needs hands, not just water. Wash water drains away for treatment. The factory reuses or cleans every drop. Clean culms are lifted from the trough. They glisten, ready for the next stage.
Culms roll along a sorting table by diameter. Uniform size leads to uniform flooring.
Workers stack culms by size category. Each pile will follow its own processing path.
A forklift carries sorted culms to the crosscut station. Movement is constant in this factory. The operator checks blade alignment and sets cut length. A dull blade ruins the work. Culms feed through the crosscut saw. Short, precise sections emerge on the other side.
An inspector measures length and squareness. Small errors here grow into bigger problems.
Cut sections roll along a conveyor. They travel from cutting to splitting without delay.
A worker centers one section in the hydraulic splitter. Proper loading prevents uneven strips. Wedges drive through the culm, splitting it lengthwise. One stalk becomes many strips.
Workers scrape away the inner nodes. Smooth strips will bond better during pressing.
Rough strips drop into wheeled bins. Each bin holds a small piece of future flooring.
The operator adjusts wedge spacing for strip width. Settings determine the final board pattern.
A digital caliper checks strip thickness. Tight tolerances separate rough material from precision parts.
Planer knives are inspected and set to depth. Sharp knives cut cleanly without tearing fibers.
The boiling tank fills with fresh water. Preheating prepares it for the incoming strips. The operator measures anti-mold solution concentration. Correct chemistry protects the bamboo for decades.
Workers load rough strips into the tank basket. Every strip must sit loosely for boiling.
The measured solution pours into the tank. This bath will remove starch and sugars.
The heavy tank lid closes and seals. Pressure and heat will soon do their work.
Steam rises as the water reaches boil. Temperature climbs toward the treatment set point. Strips boil to dissolve starches and sugars. Without this step, pests and mold would thrive.
A technician watches time, temperature, and concentration. Careful control makes the treatment effective.
The drain valve opens and treated water flows out. The first chemical stage is complete.
An overhead crane lifts the basket of boiled strips. Hot, wet bamboo rises from the tank.
Workers spread the boiled strips onto kiln carts. Even spacing lets air reach every strip.
Loaded carts roll slowly into the drying kiln. Moisture must drop before gluing and pressing.
Kiln doors close behind the last cart. The drying chamber seals for controlled heating. Fans push heated air through the strips. Drying is gentle, not rushed.
Sensors track temperature, humidity, and airflow. Data guides every hour inside the kiln.
After days of drying, carts roll back out. The strips have changed color and weight.
A technician probes strips with a moisture meter. Target moisture decides if drying is done. Dried strips move to the planing station. Thickness must become perfectly uniform now. Strips pass under planer knives. Each pass removes a thin layer of uneven material.
Planed strips move to the rip saw. Width is trimmed to exact specification.
Workers sort strips by natural color on a table. Light and dark tones separate into grades. Sorted strips stack into color grade bins. Consistent color creates the final floor's appearance.
Adhesive rolls onto strip surfaces. Glue will bond the layers into solid boards.
Workers inspect coverage and spread missed spots. Even adhesive prevents weak points later.
The first layer of coated strips lays flat. This base will carry the board's strength. A second layer crosses over the first at 90 degrees. Cross-lamination resists warping.
A third layer completes the 3-ply stack. Engineered construction adds stability and durability. Completed assemblies stack onto press carts. Each stack waits its turn under pressure. Carts roll to the hydraulic press area. Tons of force will soon squeeze the layers together. The operator programs temperature, pressure, and time. Wrong settings ruin adhesion and shape.
The first layered assembly slides into the cold press. Initial pressure holds strips in place.
Pre-pressed mats move from cold press to hot press. The real bond happens under heat.
Multiple mats load into the hot press chamber. Each board will cure at the same time. Heavy platens close and press downward. Pressure squeezes adhesive into every fiber gap.
Heat flows into the mats. Adhesive begins its chemical cure between bamboo layers.
Steam and heat indicators show curing progress. Time cannot be rushed in this stage. The press opens after the programmed cycle. Solid boards now replace layered strips. Workers lift the hot boards out carefully. Fresh boards are rigid, but still warm. Hot boards stack on cooling racks with spacers. Air must flow between each board. Boards cool gradually to room temperature. Rapid cooling could crack or warp them. Cooled boards travel to the sizing saw. Rough edges need trimming to final dimensions.
The saw trims both long edges straight. A clean edge is essential for fitting floors.
Boards are cross-cut to finished plank length. Every piece must match the specification. An inspector verifies length, width, and squareness. Measurements decide if a board passes.
Cut boards move by forklift to the conditioning room. Rest comes before finishing.
Workers restack boards inside the conditioning room. Spacers let air circulate evenly around them.
Sensors monitor temperature and humidity around the clock. Stable climate prevents future movement. Boards rest for days to reach moisture equilibrium. Patience now prevents creaking floors later.
A technician checks each board for flatness and twist. Stress reveals itself during conditioning.
Boards are restacked with fresh spacers. Even airflow matters throughout the waiting period.
Final conditioning completes when moisture stabilizes. The boards are now ready for surface work.
Conditioned boards feed into the finishing line. The final transformation begins here. Boards enter the wide belt sander for coarse sanding. High spots and rough grain disappear first. A finer sanding belt smooths the surface. The bamboo begins to feel like finished flooring.
Compressed air blows away every dust particle. A clean surface accepts coatings better.
Stain flows onto boards destined for darker tones. Color soaks into the sanded bamboo fibers.
Workers wipe excess stain for an even tone. Too much color would look artificial.
Stained boards rest in a drying zone. Solvents evaporate before the next coating step. A UV base coat spreads across the surface. This layer seals and protects the bamboo.
Coated boards roll under the first UV lamp bank. Light, not heat, starts the cure.
The base coat hardens in seconds under ultraviolet light. Chemistry reacts almost instantly. A UV top coat follows the cured base coat. This layer will take daily foot traffic. Top-coated boards pass under the second UV curing station. Another flash turns liquid into solid. A second top coat adds extra durability. 2 layers last longer than 1. Final UV curing completes the finish. The surface is now hard, smooth, and clear. A buffing pad brings out the final sheen. Light now reflects evenly across the floor.
Finished boards move under bright inspection lights. Defects become visible under careful eyes.
A technician measures thickness with a digital caliper. Spec tolerance is measured in tenths of millimeters.
A moisture meter checks each board. Too much moisture invites warping after installation.
A Janka hardness test presses a steel ball into sample material. Numbers confirm wear resistance.
Tongue and groove edges are test-fitted by hand. Locking profiles must join without gaps.
A sample board is checked for dimensional stability. Heat and humidity tests predict real-world performance.
Color is compared against the master sample. Every box must match customer expectations. Defective boards are marked and diverted. Rejected pieces never reach the packaging line. Proved boards separate onto the packaging conveyor. Quality gates have cleared this batch.
Workers wipe each approved board clean. Dust or fingerprints would spoil the finish.
Clean boards stack at the packaging station. They wait only for boxes and labels.
Empty cardboard boxes rise from flat blanks on the packaging line. Containers shape up quickly. Foam inserts drop into each box. Cushioning protects edges during shipping and handling. The label printer loads fresh label stock. Product identity begins with a printed tag.
Labels print with batch numbers and specifications. Each box can be traced back to source.
Flooring boards slide into the prepared boxes. Weight settles gently onto foam.
Installation instructions and warranty cards are tucked inside. Buyers receive what they need.
Box flaps fold closed over the boards. The package takes its final shape.
Adhesive tape seals every seam. Boxes stay closed through warehouse and road.
A branded product label is pressed onto each box. Brand identity meets the customer. A barcode label is applied for scanning. Inventory systems follow the box everywhere.
A sustainability certification label joins the others. Buyers can see the environmental promise.
Sealed boxes nest into outer shipping cartons. Extra protection helps long-distance travel.
Outer carton flaps fold and close. Layers of packaging guard the finished flooring. Tape seals the outer carton shut. The product is now ready for palletizing.
Cartons roll to the palletizing station. Automation or workers stack them efficiently. The first carton is placed on a wooden pallet. A stable base prevents tipping.
Cartons stack in interlocked layers. Stability increases with each careful placement. Clear stretch film wraps around the full pallet. The load becomes one solid unit.
A forklift carries the wrapped pallet to the warehouse. Finished goods leave production behind. The pallet barcode scans into the warehouse system. Digital records track physical location.
The pallet rests in a climate-controlled storage zone. Temperature stability protects the product.
The system selects the pallet for outgoing shipment. Order data matches physical inventory.
A forklift loads the pallet onto a distribution truck. The journey to market begins.
Load straps tighten over the pallet. Safe transport depends on proper securing.
The distribution truck pulls away from the factory gate. Bamboo flooring now enters the supply chain.
The truck arrives at a regional distribution center. Warehouses connect factory to retailer.
The pallet unloads at the center's receiving dock. Each handoff is tracked and logged. Workers scan the pallet into the distribution inventory. The box's digital trail continues. The pallet transfers onto a smaller retail delivery truck. Last-mile logistics begin here.
The retail truck arrives at a flooring store. The product nears its final buyer.
The pallet unloads at the store receiving dock. Stock moves from truck to shelf.
Cartons move from pallet to store display area. The product becomes visible to shoppers.
Staff arrange boxes on a polished retail display. Presentation invites customers to look closer. A customer lifts a sample board and studies the grain. Forest, factory, and home connect here.